All right, everyone, we are here at Indiana State Sanatorium, and I'm standing outside Adams Hall. We have just arrived here, and we're going to be doing a mini investigation here during the day and also doing a podcast. Right now, I'm just going to be doing a walkthrough of the building and seeing what I can stir up ahead of what we're about to do. So anyways, here we go. This is an amazing location for sure. It is very massive, underground tunnels connecting all the buildings, and this right here, as I mentioned, is Adams Hall. And right now Natalie, Hannah, and Anna are in here, so we will see them in a second.
It'll light up those colors it just was. There's also a cigarette. There's a lot of S names. There's a cigarette, a Stacy. Cigarette. Carlisle.
Say hi, Natalie.
Hi, Natalie. I think they're just doing roll call now because I asked for their names.
Indiana State Sanatorium. Sitting just a few miles east of Rockville, Indiana, is Indiana State Sanatorium, the once large tuberculosis hospital. In the early 1900s, tuberculosis was an ongoing epidemic spreading around the United States. The state of Indiana had responded to this epidemic by raising funds for a state-of-the-art treatment facility in 1905. On 504 acres of land just outside the town of Rockville, work had begun on this new tuberculosis hospital. By 1911, the hospital was fully open and in operation. The new hospital included a main administration building, along with two wings, one for the women and one for the men. These wings included long porches so the patients could get enough fresh air. Due to the constant spreading of tuberculosis, patients were always in need of care. In 1922, a superintendent's house and two smaller houses for the doctor were added to the complex. Most of the treatments done at the sanatorium in its early era were unfortunately ineffective. Many of the patients that had come to Indiana State came expecting to die shortly after arriving. Unfortunately, many did. On the other hand, some endured risky treatments and surgeries, such as rib removal, hoping it would help cure their disease. Into the 1950s, the complex only continued to expand. A 5-story wing was added called Adams Hall. This building was used for staff residence. As time went on, an antibiotic called streptomycin was created to treat tuberculosis. In just a few short years, tuberculosis went from a slow death sentence to a completely treatable disease. These sanatoriums like Indiana State were no longer needed due to the sanatorium closed in 1968. Though the sanatorium was no longer needed, this building's history was far from over. In 1976, the building reopened at the Lee Allen Bryant Health Care Center. The building would then spend the rest of the century as a nursing home and a private mental hospital. The old tuberculosis were... What?
Can I mess up?
Yes. It's okay. The old tuberculosis ward was replaced with the new nursing home. By the early 2000s, due to upkeep and patient care costs, the health center was left with few options. The facility had closed for good in 2011, but this seemed to have happened overnight, as all the patients' belongings and all equipment remained in the building. In 2021, the building was opened for ghost tours and paranormal investigations. Hauntings. Even before the closing of the facility, patients and workers had reported strange things happening throughout the building. In the laundry room, witnesses have reported activity there to be like that of a poltergeist. Reports of objects being moved or tossed by themselves in the laundry room. Others have reported laundry machines turning on by themselves, even though they are no longer functional. Shadow figures have also been reported throughout the whole property, but one more common than the others, that being of a woman. She's known to wander around the property, but mainly seen around the old laundry facilities and old offices. Some even think she could be the source of the poltergeist activity. Unexplained voices can be heard echoing the halls, both male and female. Many investigators have claimed to capture some of these voices on recordings. Some even hear the sounds of coughing and wheezing in the older wings of the complex. In Adams Hall, the tallest building on the property, the spirits there are known to enjoy the stairwells. Unexplainable footsteps can be heard echoing up and down the stairwells in Adams Hall, but the footsteps aren't the only thing Adams Hall has to offer. Some visitors experience an uneasy feeling. Though odd sensations can be felt throughout the whole complex, these feelings seem to happen the most in the upper floors of Adams Hall.
Welcome to another edition of Nightmare Stories of the Otherside. Today we are at the historic Indiana State Sanatorium near the Grand Staircase in Adams Hall, and I am here today with Julie Speer and Brent Stevens. Welcome in and tell us a little bit about yourselves.
I guess I'm a medium, an empath medium, and I sometimes get premonitions and stuff like that about different things or situations. We've been paranormal investigating, the two of us, for about 4 years now, or something like that, maybe 5. I've been sensitive my whole life, so I've had experiences since I was a little girl. And I didn't really come to terms with it until I got older, because nobody ever believed in me whenever I was younger.
Yeah.
So, and my whole family was like super religious, and they, wouldn't like have anything to do with that. So, but go ahead. You've been paranormal investigating for
about 20 years.
Okay.
Off and on. First experience was Gettysburg, because I'm from Pennsylvania.
Nice.
And then after that, after 20 years ago, it's just been location, every so often. And I can feel things, I can hear things. A lot of things have touched me and startled me. We've been here once before, and this is our second time.
Yeah.
We've been to several locations, like the Hinsdale House. We've been to Madison, and what was the other? Fairfield. We've been to Fairfield.
All right.
Infirmary.
So,
Yeah.
and, Waverly. I've been down to Savannah, and then we went to Florida, to St. Augustine.
Mm-hmm.
My experience here, I would say, is the second floor, heard a female voice right next to me, and I think her name is Sally, and she might be a nurse that used to work here, because she has followed us
Ever since.
ever since. It was like maybe
Ever since we came here.
4 years ago.
And she's still with us.
Yeah, and she might be back there. She's just roaming around, but
Now, Sally, if you're back there, we have a music box on the stairs. You can go ahead and set that off, or, make a knocking noise, walk the hallways so we can see you, whatever you want to do.
She's stubborn, just
yes,
saying. She's very stubborn.
something's giving me a headache, because I have a headache. I know it's not the weather.
Last night, it's funny you speak of headaches, we were at our Airbnb last night, which is probably about 30 miles north of here, and it was like, an older house, like set in the 70s theme. And I was sitting in a chair, I'm like, everybody else went to the grocery store, and I go, I just have an uneasy feeling in this room, specifically sitting in this chair, I have a massive headache, but as soon as I get up out of the chair and leave the room, I'm fine.
It's gone.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
Hannah was like saying, she went in there and was looking around,
That's
and
funny.
she goes, there's a guy sitting in the chair. So I'm like,
Wow.
oh, so you're telling me I was sitting on a grandpa's spirit's lap. I'm like, that makes sense. So I'm like, oh, I'm not going to sit in that chair the rest of the night.
A few minutes ago, I was outside and came back. I was outside, felt fine. Came back in here, sit down, and pressure in my head again.
That's
Yeah,
insane.
I know, that's weird. Yeah, that is weird.
So for you, back at, you said you got your first investigation back in Gettysburg. Really, what got you into the paranormal?
Just hearing the drums in the distance, and it was after dark, and the park is closed after dusk, and you could hear it off in the background, that marching and drums, and ever since then it's been as many locations as we can do.
Yeah.
And of course, I've always been into creepy stuff. So.
Okay.
I got creepy dolls at home.
Yeah,
we got creepy
haunted
dolls
dolls.
and
Nice.
creepy objects, and some have spirit attached to it, and some don't.
Yeah, we just recently got a haunted doll from a friend that lives out in Cleveland, Ohio, named Kelly. And we were going to bring her with on the trip, but I was told by one of my friends, it's like, until she gets acclimated to your home and used to you guys, don't bring her with, just let her get used to your settings.
Yeah.
And, story on that is Tuesday night, I was doing a podcast with Hannah and another individual from out in New York. After the podcast episode, I looked at the recording. The first minute or 2 minutes, the screen was all black. And then our guest showed on the screen. And then I was on there. And then she wasn't. And then we were both on there. But Hannah, the whole time, you never saw her once.
Wow.
So it's like, I don't know if the doll doesn't like Hannah for some reason. But then again,
Could be. I mean, it could be.
Is Hannah, is she
attached
the
to
medium?
certain-
Or no, that's your daughter.
or not. Yeah, Hannah's the one with the bandana on.
Okay.
But so the funny thing is, so on Monday, I had taken the remote control away from my youngest daughter, and I put it on my desk or put it in one of my drawers. Never saw it again. It's like, where is this remote? And I
Wow.
go, haven't seen it for 4 days. And Hannah goes, well, I have a feeling, it's in your office somewhere. It's on the corner and it's on the floor. Sure enough, after the podcast, I found it on the floor underneath my desk.
Oh my God.
So maybe Kelly was singling her out because she told me where the remote was. But it was just weird. It's like you didn't see the remote for 4 days.
Wow.
So,
Yep.
but so she's just at home chilling right now, and I told her when we're gone, do some video editing if you want. You don't have to, but
All right.
We have cameras up in our house all
Yes,
the
we have
time.
cameras on.
One in
so
every room.
so for you two investigating together, where was your first location you investigated?
Our first one together.
Oh, you spring it on me. Hold on.
Was it in Illinois?
Yes, it was in Illinois.
The old.
What was it called?
Mm,
Oh,
it was something old hospital.
it was Illinois.
It was a nursing home.
Yes.
Not Pylon Manor.
No.
No, okay.
It was a smaller, it was a guy that owned the house.
Yeah, I can
But
see
it was a
I can see
nursing
I just
home
don't
at one
remember the
point.
name. Did it start with a W? It's not the Walton House.
It's the same as whatever the town is called. I can't think.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
Okay, no, that's fine.
It's been many years ago now.
Yes, this would have been our second one.
That was our second one?
This is our second one.
Oh, yeah.
Since we've been together.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. I
The
think so.
creepiest one, you wouldn't expect it.
Oh my gosh.
It's down in Florida.
Orlando, Florida. All of Orlando, Florida is haunted.
At a
Really?
timeshare.
All of it.
I think it's
The Disney World, Universal, all of them are very, very haunted.
but it was
But-
this place that you wouldn't expect.
It was a resort
It was a
that
resort.
had swimming pool. This was this past February, and
I'll let her tell you.
sorry,
No, go ahead. You'd be better at it.
but it was this past February. We were going to go to Orlando and go to Universal
Okay.
and everything, and
Which we did.
had nothing to do with paranormal, But the moment we got into the resort and checked into our room, I kept hearing voices asking for help. So many, it was like kids and women and men and so many spirits coming through and asking for help. And I've helped move spirits on before. And so there was one little boy that they really wanted me to move on. I helped move him on, and then later on that evening I helped move on some more spirits. I probably moved on about 10, right around there. And then we still kept hearing spirits ask, or I was hearing spirits asking for help. And then all of a sudden, like, I felt something. I knew that there was something there that was causing accidents and also causing, holding spirits there. And we literally got it on video. We got the black shadows where they're standing over our bed. It's crazy. You even hear them say, "Do not touch her," like telling them to not touch me in the video, because I had my phone. I was looking at my phone. And you could see the shadows rush over to stop the little boy that was trying to ask for help. And there was, I even have like the video, like I went back in the video and went through and edited it, trying to pull out little images.
Yeah.
I took screenshots of, I went through each second and was taking screenshots to see if I could see anything. And you could see these perfect images of this man and this little boy that were standing next to my bed, and this other little boy that was asking for help. He was reaching out and asking for help, and literally right whenever it said "do not touch her," you could see this other black hand come down and grab his hand.
Wow, that's cool.
Yes, it was crazy. And whatever the bad things, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say demons, but it was bad entities. But they were trying to possess him to kill me because I moved on 10 spirits.
That's
and they were
crazy.
I
pissed
kept
off.
seeing in my head this guy that looked like John Bon Jovi, really. He had long blonde, dirty blonde hair, and it kept telling me to do something. Do something. Do something.
Yeah.
for her.
That's
And I could
insane.
hear, I could hear
We
him
were doing the dishes and
talking to him in his voice.
she was washing, I was drying, and I had a knife, and it was my hand was shaking,
That's
and
intense.
I was behind her.
I know, I
No,
felt
I'm
it
not
too. I
doing
was
this.
oh my God. I was something's happening.
That's crazy.
It was. I'll have to show you the video.
I had to take a salt
at
shower
some
and
point,
everything, and
I
it
did.
pissed it off, because you
Oh,
could hear
yeah.
it growl
but- Oh yeah.
as it
yeah.
left.
Yeah, it growled and took off out of the bathroom.
Yes.
But
And I could hear a band playing,
Hmm.
and there was no music whatsoever around.
yeah,
because
literally, it was
on.
February, and we had one neighbor next door. They didn't have any music on.
And the pool was way down.
And we have spirits that follow us around and protect us. And there was one that was,
We had all three of them.
yeah,
We had a medium
they
that
were,
passed away. He's with us. And then there's Ed,
Yeah,
he
even
came
Greg,
from. We
yeah,
had
Greg.
no idea where Ed came from.
where I
But he
learned how to
could
do a
test
lot of things was through Greg
And
Roeder,
then Sally
who used to be
was
on
there-
our
was
team,
there.
and he
Okay.
passed away a little over a year ago. So, but he's with us all the time now too.
it. And
So,
Greg was here with us
yeah.
in life, and
But the
Probably now.
spirits, I was out on the balcony in Orlando at our resort, and I was like, you can, leave a message if there's anybody here that wants to leave a message. And you hear, you are not safe in this place.
Oh, that's intense.
You
Yeah,
could hear-
and it was
hear
one of our
growl on the
spirits.
balcony,
It was
too.
I think it was Annette that said that. Yeah. Oh my God, and
And that we have no idea where she came from.
Brent was out on the balcony.
I think she came from Eloise. She might have. That's the only place I can think of.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, she's been with us too for a while. And Ed followed me home from a prison. I don't know which prison it was, but he's actually a good guy. I don't think he did what they said he did.
I think he came from. No, I think Annette came from Bryan jail.
Annette?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. Ed might have came from Lincoln County Jail.
It might have been, yeah. But yeah, it's been a crazy ride.
So for your guys' first visit here, well, you said it was 2 years ago?
Like 3 maybe?
Three?
Probably 3 years ago.
What kind of experiences did you have?
Well,
I just had Sally up there.
Sally up there. We had,
Smell of brownies coming
oh
from
my
the
gosh,
cafeteria.
yes, the brownies
I did
and
not
the,
smell this time. We did not smell it this time.
and the old person home. What is it
Okay.
called? Hospice.
Nursing home?
Nursing home, yes. And the nursing home, there was, yeah, you could smell like, it smelled like brownies were being cooked.
Okay.
Couple
And
stick
like-
figures running around
Yeah, we had,
over at the sanitarium.
I had a lot of activity up in the, is it the 5th floor? That's the criminally insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had activity up in there. And we had Greg with us then. That was our first time with Greg.
Yes.
And then we investigated
he-
everything together after that because he
He
would
really didn't follow us around. It was another gentleman that followed us.
Yeah.
Because I had the SLS camera, which I have. Brought
Okay.
it, so. But I'm saving it for.
Yeah, we're gonna need it for tonight. Tonight,
Yeah.
we're investigating Billy Creek, which be very interesting.
Yeah.
Yes,
Everything's
I'm
saved for Billy
excited.
Creek.
Yes.
Because we've already been here and we already did the equipment and stuff like that.
So, like, did you guys, when you were here last, do anything down in the tunnels?
Oh
We
yeah,
walked
we
in.
walked the whole tunnel. It was crazy. It was completely black and just bats coming down, you know. But you could hear stuff down there.
Yeah.
I could hear like whispers and
This time I brought the, I don't forget what they call it.
it's one of those parabolic mic.
Parabolic
Yeah.
mic.
Okay.
So we're gonna go down the tunnels later on.
Yeah, we're gonna use that down there.
Yeah, we were here on a day tour last July. It was just Natalie and I and our cousin Jake. And we got here like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. So we only had like an hour, maybe 2. And we were down in the tunnel area, like right below the nurses station. And like kind of right where it does the L shape. Well, we had the music box set up down there. And, you know, we got a lot of activity with the music box. But right above us, we heard furniture getting dragged across the floor,
Wow.
which we went up there right away. And, you know, obviously you can't figure out what room it's coming from because there's so much furniture.
Which building was it that you were under?
We were pretty much right directly under the nurses station.
Oh.
So
okay.
it was somewhere in the nursing home. But
Okay.
it's like, you know, by the time you get up there, you can't pinpoint which room it was.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like trying to go in each room and see if something was moved. It's just like needle in a haystack.
It is.
But so the funny thing is, I was going back and watching the Project Fear episode. When they were here, they were down that same area of the tunnel and they heard something getting dragged up there.
Wow.
So,
oh my gosh.
which is pretty insane. It's like, well,
Yeah.
and that was for them like 1, 2 in the morning. This was 5, 6 in the afternoon.
Wow. Yeah. Yep.
Now
Yeah.
you mentioned Eloise earlier.
Yep.
Up in Eloise. The freakiest thing that I've caught there was when I was up in the women's shower room. And I said, would you make a noise or move something? And I'm just sitting there and then all of a sudden, bang! Steel door right next to me. Shut. But
Crazy.
it was already closed. So I went around, nope, nothing around there.
Yeah,
Wow.
so when we were there, we unfortunately didn't get to investigate the main building because it was an overnight, but we got invited out there to do an episode of the podcast and be on their live stream. But we got to investigate the power plant, which is next door, which is getting torn down like probably this week.
Wow.
So we got to investigate there until about midnight, and you know, it's a very interesting podcast. Still working on the editing on that, but it's like start out normal podcast like this, and then it's kind of shifted into Spirit interacting with us, and it just went completely sideways, which is fine. It is what it is.
Yeah. You never know.
Start naming locations. Yeah.
Waverly Hills.
Yeah, didn't really get much anything at Waverly Hills when I was there.
But I want to go.
A lot of bats. A lot of bats. Well, no, I would say we got a shadow figure.
Where was it you had
The 3rd floor.
the doppelganger?
Doppelganger was at West Virginia State Penitentiary. There was blonde-haired girl, not her, it was in our group, and we were walking down the hallway, and it veers off to the left and the right. Well, everybody was walking and went to the right. All of a sudden, I see this blonde-haired girl go to the left, so I follow her, call her name, and nothing down there, and she came from the other way. She said, "What do you want?" I said, "Well, didn't you go left?" "No, I went this way." "Well, I'll be damned. Saw my first doppelganger.
Nice.
And then,
I used to have them in my house.
Yeah, we're going to Waverly on Tuesday night.
Are you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so it'll be our first private investigation. Natalie and I were there last year, right after we left here. We did the junior investigation, so there was like 60 some other people there.
Oh, wow.
So didn't
That
get
makes it difficult.
didn't get a lot of evidence. Do have an interesting story to tell from there, but we haven't told it publicly yet between anybody, so stay tuned for that.
Okay.
It's a doozy.
Okay.
So yeah, got the 6 of us going, and then we have like 12 other people joining us.
So are you guys on YouTube then?
Yes.
Okay.
I can send you all that information.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're excited to get back to Waverly and do the proper overnight with seasoned investigators, so you're not gonna have anybody tripping all over each other.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
again, yes, the bats at Waverly.
mm-hmm.
We were all up on the I think we're on the 3rd floor, and we heard something at the opposite end. Nobody wanted to go check it out. I go, well, I'll go down and check it out. So I'm like, just had the Phasm camera, no flashlight, walking down, recording. You know, not seeing anything on camera, but I go back to watch it. Like a bat, like dive bombed my head. I'm
Yep.
like,
Oh, my God.
so I'm like, you know, after that, I'm like, okay, you know, we're starting a team, and like we need a, you know, a symbol for our team. Hence the bat from Waverly.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
So
That's pretty
the
cool.
bats are spirit animal, I guess, for the team, you want to call it, just because of Waverly. Let's see.
Very cool.
You mentioned Madison Seminary. We were just there ourselves, so I'd like to hear.
I haven't been there myself.
so
Yeah.
Just a knock,
That's it.
basically,
Just the
knocking up in the attic and stick figure. That was my interest in getting an SLS
Fairfield
camera.
was very interesting.
Fairfield's
Yeah.
interesting.
What about
That one was
Fairfield?
very
We're actually going to be there on.
Have you been there?
No, but we'll be there Saturday just for the FCI con. So we're not investigating, but you know,
Okay.
going to explore the building. So.
Yeah. The attic.
The attic.
The attic is wild. It's because they used to chain
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
patients.
And I think it's crazy there. It's like they changed changed the patients, but then they had the children up there too with them.
Yes.
That's just insane.
I know.
It's
It
like-
really is.
I
Like
couldn't picture it in my mind.
I felt abuse, all kinds of stuff up there. It was terrible. I could feel like, you know, things that have happened and different, you know, it's
Yeah.
awful.
But yeah, I'm excited just to get in there and walk around and take some pictures, and you know, plan is hopefully get there next year and investigate.
Yeah,
I do have something in the works for that, but
yeah.
Hinsdale House, I mean, we heard
Hinsdale House was
stuff
amazing.
banging outside, and I asked her, "Did you do that?" "No, I didn't." 'Cause we-
Oh my God, it was
The bangs
a
in the
loud
shed.
bang, like right next to me. I was out there because we had a fire going, and I was making us some hot dogs on the fire. It was like 2 a.m. And all of a sudden, this giant bam on the shed. And I went over and looked at it, like it's locked. You can't get in there. There was nothing around to make that.
yeah.
So it was really weird. Yeah.
So I hear from people that go to the Hinsdale House that people don't go there for the house, but for the woods.
Oh yeah, the
Yes.
woods. I got
Yeah.
something like darting in and out, like between trees and stuff, and trying to hide. And on your,
I don't want to say about the subject, but when we were up there, we're setting off rockets, and all of a sudden, just up in the sky, one right after another,
UAPs.
UAPs,
Really?
because it was a clear night and the sky is all open, because you have the woods in the back.
Yeah.
And the trees, well, they're way down there. It's just open sky.
We also do
It was UAPs.
UAPs and
Do,
investigate that kind of stuff
investigate,
too. So.
Nice.
Aliens.
Aliens.
I
UAPs.
want to, eventually I want to do a trip like out to the deserts of Nevada and like, and
I know what you mean.
do a little bit of paranormal, but then the UAP investigation too. It's like, hit up Virginia City,
You
Tenneco,
can literally
Marshall
do
Club.
UAP anywhere though.
Right, but it's like just
Literally.
there. It's like being in the open desert.
Exactly.
There's no
You see
lights.
so much more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
true.
like, do a week and a half road trip and go out there and just like do a little bit
Yeah.
of both. I don't know if it's gonna happen next year, the year after, but it's like on my list of things to do, whether it's just, if I just go myself, it's like, I do it, but it's
Yeah.
like, I've always had a fascination in that stuff too, it's like.
Yeah.
and
I
then-
attract them. I don't know what it is, but I
It's all
don't
connected.
it.
Yeah. It's all
I
connected.
literally attract them. I can make them come out.
They sound
It's
funny,
really
but
weird.
it's not.
And I've had like big saucers show up right in front of me, like me and my daughters. And it was like, basic
Yeah.
like saucer, UFO or whatever. And it was like right over top of a church.
Oh, okay.
Right next to our house. It was weird.
So do you guys, get into like anything cryptid wise?
I haven't got any.
Cause I've like heard,
I mean, I would love to. I think it's interesting.
so I've heard stories recently, I can't remember where I've seen the post, but like there's been reports of like big sightings around here. Where it's like, again, they can be anywhere, but it's like,
Yeah.
people always say like when they're doing overnights here,
I think they call it the grass man.
they hear, strange noises here. It could be them coming in and not spirits. Because it's like, it's so accessible in there.
That's where my skeptic comes in. Because I haven't seen anything or heard anything yet.
But we haven't even tried though.
We haven't tried, but
Yeah.
a lot of places I've been around has been woods,
I think a couple summers ago,
but nothing.
again, it's kind of hard to tell because the picture was like so far away, but we went up to Iowa National Park up on Lake Superior, and it's like, a whole bunch of islands amongst the big island. Like I was just taking pictures from the boat, and like on one of the islands in the distance, you can see what looks like a figure walking amongst the trees, but again, it was probably from here to the administration building away, so it's like, was it just a tree but looked like a person walking, but it was like
Wow.
big enough stance. You could see the arms and the legs and the head. I'm like, so again,
Wow.
up there.
So bigger than what a person would.
Yeah,
should be.
it's like up there you're like
That's
so
crazy.
isolated where it's like there could be somebody on that island
Absolutely.
and no one's ever gonna know.
Yeah. I've heard Mackinac Island is really haunted.
And I've heard that too.
Yeah, I want to make it there. We're talking about camping up there.
So speaking of camping, Drew Babineau, if you guys are interested, I can't remember when it is, but in August, he's doing a paranormal camping overnight between here and Billy Creek.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah, go on Facebook
That would be
and
fun.
check it
Yeah.
out. And it's like, I think it was the weekend of August 8th and 9th, now that I think of it, because we're going to be doing the Asher Walton Rhodes Hotel in Ashmore Estates.
Yeah.
If we weren't doing that, I would have been here in a heartbeat. He's like,
Ashmore Estate was.
he goes, there's,
all
I
three of
loved
them.
Ashmore
he goes,
Estate.
there's
We
always
did all of
next
them,
year.
yeah.
Yeah, we did Ashmore briefly on the way back from Waverly last summer.
That was the first place I ever went on an investigation.
So we just did a little mini 2-hour investigation there during the day, and we got, I can't remember what the spirit's name is that passed away, that like he was going to the train station and got hit by the train. We got interaction with him on the spirit box.
Wow, nice. We got the Mary and Margaret's room in there, the two little girls,
Yeah.
little sisters.
Yeah,
And it has all the toys in there and everything.
Yeah.
We got them to move a ball across the room.
Nice.
We were all sitting in chairs and the ball was just sitting there not moving. And we're like, can you move the ball? And next thing you know, it starts rolling. We're like, oh my gosh.
that's awesome.
It was really cool. Yeah.
One time I went to Moonville Tunnel and got the train conductor to move the ball out of my hand.
Cool.
Yeah.
'Cause he likes to move balls.
Yeah. Yeah.
What they call them? I forget what they call him, his name was. But yeah, that was interesting. And my first investigation when I moved from Pennsylvania to Ohio was Licking County Jail.
Nice.
Down the dungeon.
Have you been there?
I have not, but my friend's team, they were there last September, and I don't think they got a ton the night they were there.
The women's area, we used our IDC device, the spirit box that Jay Prather, Jay Prather makes them, the IDC devices.
Yep.
We're using that in there, and it played back this whole like residual situation that must have happened many years ago, but it was like it was this woman that was, you know, that was in prison there.
Yeah.
She was giving birth, and you could hear the guards come around, and we're like, oh my god, she's giving birth. And oh my god, there's so much blood, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, here comes the baby, and you just hear all these like voices. It was like the whole thing was playing over
That's
again.
crazy.
It was really wild.
So yeah,
Yeah.
first time there, got an EVP dungeon, said get out, and very awful voice. Second time, I was with a small group that was doing a YouTube channel. There was only maybe 6 of us in the whole place. I was down monitoring the TVs, and everybody else was pretty much scattered. No, they were all down here. They maybe have been the floor up, and all of a sudden you just hear this loud female scream. And I think it was Mae Varner. So,
Where was that at?
Licking County Jail.
Oh, wow.
All 3 times I got something there. Then of course Mansfield, Ohio State Reformatory.
The women's area though is really active in the Licking County Jail.
Okay.
We got voices, we got all kinds of stuff in that area. It was crazy.
I was in James Lockhart's cell, the one who got set himself
At
on
Ohio
fire.
State
At Ohio State.
Reformatory.
Told me to get out, and a growl, wanted me to get out of his cell. And then of course you hear banging. Say, we're in the chapel.
He said he didn't set himself on fire too. I was going back through some of his stuff and found some EVPs that he didn't notice. And was able to pull them out and make it louder. And you could hear, he was like, oh, did you set yourself on fire? And he said, no, I didn't do that. And he said he didn't do it to himself, so I don't know.
That's insane.
Yeah. It was like a good 5-minute video, and it's like literally answers every question he asks. It was crazy.
So for top 2 locations each you guys have been to, what would you say are your favorites? I know this is a tough one.
This is.
It really is.
The next one's gonna be harder yet.
One of my favorites is the Hinsdale House because it's so active. Like, there's so many spirits there, and it's constant voices, and you can just hear them. It's crazy. It's wild.
Oh, it is a hard one.
And we just had so much outside and inside. It was, yeah.
I kind of fell in love with the Ohio State Reformatory. That's one. Second
That
one.
one's really good.
That one's.
I like Indiana State.
I
Boys. I really like.
Give me a
those
minute,
ones.
and I'll answer you. They're all interesting. They're all
Oh,
fun.
and
they're all fun.
the one that we got, the old hospital.
Old Hospital in College Hill.
That one was
That was
really
a good one.
good.
We'll be there on Thursday.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
We're going-
Oh, it's
we're going-
really good.
She was walking down
Yeah.
the hallway, replaying the recorder, and the spirit was so pissed off that she kept playing it. It went, "Arrgh!"
Yeah. Yeah, you could hear it. They heard it down the hall. It was crazy.
I think for our road trip, that's going to be my favorite investigation. just because, I don't know, you said you've been to Fairfield. Christopher Lee Jansen that works at Fairfield.
Oh, yeah, I just had a reading done by him.
So he's actually joining
love
us.
him.
He's joining us at Waverly, Post Town, and Old Hospital, which he's never been there before.
Oh, wow.
So
Down in there, yeah.
he's
Okay.
doing a tarot reading for me.
He's
there on site, and he's also going to do a past life regression session for me, and now probably for Natalie too. So
Okay.
that's going to be a whirlwind.
I had a really interesting reading by him.
I guess West
It
Virginia
was
is
very interesting.
penitentiary since where I first saw my doppelganger.
Okay.
Since I followed something that wasn't there.
Yeah, I think for me,
I
my
haven't been
top
back there, but
my top two would be Edinburgh Manor in Iowa.
Okay.
I've been there 3 times, and I'll be going back next week for 2 nights.
Nice.
And every time I'm there, it's always, interaction primarily with the children.
Okay.
And like the last time we were there, I discovered that there's a mimic there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Wow.
So we were downstairs.
Like mimicking someone's voice? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
So we were downstairs doing an Estes session, and there was a heavy storm rolling through. And like I heard this loud banging, and we were in the dining room area, which would be like kind of over where that room is. And I heard something in the kitchen. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go check it out, see if it's the rain or what it is. I couldn't tell.
Mm-hmm.
So I go and then I debunked that it was just the rain hitting the metal siding. But I had to like walk over more in a hallway towards like an office area. So standing out the window looking, and off to my left I hear my daughter go, "Dad." I'm like, "What?" I said it really loud. I'm like, "What do you want?" No response. I'm like, "Natty," I go, "Did you just call her Dad?" And she's like, "No." But there was something mimicking her more towards the laundry room to get me to go that way. I'm just like, holy crap.
Wow.
But so that would be, my favorite location, not only for, the fact that interaction I get, but it was the first place I ever investigated.
Yeah.
So it's like I try to get back there whenever I can. Second location, God, I've been to so many already. It's like, I would probably have to put Madison Seminary as number 2, even though I was just there. It's like,
See, I want to go. I haven't been there yet. I really do want to go there.
get back there. We didn't have a lot, but it was definitely a great location.
Nice.
Hello there.
Keys?
We're almost done. So,
third one that we've done together is Blennerhassett Island.
Oh,
You
that
investigate
island.
the whole island.
Where's
You
that?
camp there
West
overnight.
Virginia,
and
Ohio line.
You get a horse
had
and buggy
footsteps
ride all
outside of our
around the
camp.
island and everything.
You
You get
camp
the
there.
whole island is haunted.
Okay?
Levi is back, because Natty's back. Nay, that camera's rolling.
He's following you. He likes your
Footsteps
music
outside our
box.
tent
That hasn't gone off the entire time.
He's
Yeah.
not painted.
Yeah, it has not gone off the entire time until now.
Yeah.
All right, you guys have been to a ton of locations, but a bucket list location where you haven't been. For you, maybe Madison.
Madison and Waverly. I would love to do both of those.
Alcatraz.
Alcatraz.
We get that a
ooh,
lot. Alcatraz is
yeah.
always like top.
And the island, the
Oh yeah, the
island off of California that the UAPs are.
yeah.
Know about UAPs? They don't like to talk about UAPs for some reason. Spirits.
Yeah. Well, they'll talk about them with me. It's weird. I know. I don't understand. But yeah. I don't know. I can't. What is that? Catalina Island.
Oh, Catalina, okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
County.
Supposedly you could see like UAPs going in and out of water there.
Nice.
So yeah.
Oh, it's like somebody just walked back there. That was his hand up. Well, anyways, I don't really think I have anything else. We can get back to doing a little exploring, investigating, whatever we're going to do for the last couple hours we're here.
They're doing
Okay.
tunnels.
And
wanna go
then Levi is going to do Levi things. And I thank you guys for joining us on
Yes.
the podcast and investigating with us tonight. And hopefully we'll get a lot of great evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Hopefully, yeah.
All right,
I'm excited about
Nadia, you can cut.